Hello and welcome back to Top 10 Places. In today's video, we'll unveil the most terrifying and unsettling images ever captured, each frozen frame sending shivers down the bravest spines. From unexplained apparitions to haunting spectacles, these spine-tingling snapshots have puzzled, horrified, and mesmerized audiences worldwide. Brace yourself as we count down the top 10 scariest images ever caught on camera, revealing the stories behind these enigmatic visuals that continue to fuel nightmares and ignite the darkest corners of the human imagination. Before we dive in, don't forget to leave us a like and subscribe to the channel for more videos like this one. And feel free to tell us your thoughts in the comments section below. We'd love to hear from you. Now, without further ado, let's delve into the darkest images the internet has to offer. Number 10. The mouth of a leatherback sea turtle. The leatherback sea turtle is a remarkable and distinctive species among sea turtles. As the largest of all sea turtles, it boasts a unique leathery shell inside of the hard, bony carapace found in other turtle species. The leatherback's incredible adaptability allows it to inhabit a wide range of oceanic environments, from tropical to subpolar regions. With a diet primarily consisting of jellyfish, these turtles play a crucial role in maintaining the balance of marine ecosystems. However, if you take a peek inside the mouth of a leatherback, you'll have a totally different view of these otherwise majestic animals. Leatherbacks boast dozens of demonic-looking papillae along its mouth, esophagus, and gut in place of teeth, all of which help the turtle capture and process its food. Number 9. A crime scene message from the lipstick killer. William Herons, aka the Lipstick Killer, remains an infamous and mysterious figure in the annals of true crime. Operating during the mid-20th century, this enigmatic murderer left a trail of terror and unsolved mysteries in his wake. The killer earned his chilling moniker due to the eerie messages he scrawled in lipstick at crime scenes, adding an extra layer of macabre horror to an already gruesome series of events. Active in the late 1940s, the lipstick killer targeted women in the Chicago area, leaving law enforcement and the public perplexed and gripped with fear. The victims shared commonalities, but the perpetrator's elusive nature thwarted investigative efforts. The killer's signature messages, scrawled on walls or directly on the victims, added a surreal and unnerving dimension to the crimes. Despite intense investigations and public anxiety, the lipstick killer's identity remained elusive, casting a long shadow over the city. When police officers entered Frances Brown's apartment in December 1945, they found the 32-year-old woman dead, a knife lodged in her back, and this ominous message scrawled on her wall in lipstick: "For heaven's sake, catch me before I kill more. I cannot control myself." Herons killed 3 more women before he was caught in 1946. Number 8. The Experiments of Duan de Boulogne. The Experiments of Duan de Boulogne, a pioneering French neurologist in the 19th century, were groundbreaking and controversial for their time. Duchenne is best known for his extensive studies on the human face and its musculature, utilizing electrical stimulation to evoke facial expressions in his subjects. His work, documented in Mécanisme de la physionomie humaine, Mechanism of Human Physiognomy, contributed significantly to the understanding of facial anatomy and the differentiation between genuine and forced expressions. However, the methods he employed, including the use of electric shocks on living subjects, have since raised ethical concerns. Duchenne's contributions to the field of neurology and facial expression analysis have endured, but his experiments also prompt reflection on the ethical considerations inherent in scientific inquiry, particularly during a time when standards for human experimentation were not as rigorously defined as they are today. Between 1854 and 1856, the French neurologist conducted a series of electrophysiological studies to assess how facial muscles produce our expressions. While his intentions may have been noble, his methods certainly weren't, and this image of one of his test subjects remains a blood-chilling testament to that. Number 7. Ted Bundy's Tools. Ted Bundy, one of the most notorious and chilling serial killers in American history, terrorized the nation during the 1970s. Born Theodore Robert Bundy in 1946, he presented a charismatic and seemingly charming facade that masked his sinister activities. Bundy's modus operandi involved feigning injuries or authority figures to lure women to their tragic fates. Responsible for the murders of at least 30 young women across multiple states, Bundy's heinous acts often involved abduction, assault, and necrophilia. His trial in 1979 drew widespread attention, showcasing the grim reality of his crimes. Bundy's charisma, intelligence, and ability to blend into society made him a formidable predator, and his eventual conviction and death by electric chair in 1989 marked the end of a dark chapter in criminal history. The legacy of Ted Bundy remains a chilling reminder of the dangers posed by those who can hide their malevolence behind a veneer of normalcy. On the morning of August 21, 1975, police officers in Salt Lake City noticed a Volkswagen Beetle driving through town with its lights off. When the officers flashed their lights, the driver refused to pull over, which led to his arrest and subsequently the discovery of the highly suspicious cargo in the trunk. The driver was identified as Ted Bundy, and the killer was later charged with the kidnapping of Carol Daronch, one of the few lucky survivors of Bundy's gruesome attacks. Number 6. Vladimir Demikhovs' two-headed hound. Vladimir Demikhov is the epitome of a mad scientist. In 1954, the Soviet doctor created the first two-headed dog in the world. Pictured here is a German shepherd serving as the host and a smaller dog fused on top. Both of these heads could see, hear, smell, and swallow. Tragically, both animals perished within 4 days, but we can't help but think that it was a welcome relief to the painful, sad existence they would have lived otherwise. Number 5. A jail cell from the Salem witch trials. The Salem witch trials, a harrowing chapter in colonial American history, unfolded in 1692 in the tight-knit community of Salem, Massachusetts. Fueled by fear, suspicion, and religious fervor, the trials led to the execution of 20 people, predominantly women, accused of witchcraft. In the grip of a collective hysteria, friends turned against friends, families fractured, and innocent lives were tragically lost. The accused faced trials based on spectral evidence and hearsay, often in the absence of due process. The Salem witch trials stand as a poignant reminder of the human capacity for fear-driven persecution and the lasting impact of unchecked prejudice on the lives of those who found themselves caught in the grip of a society grappling with the unknown. This makeshift jail cell truly epitomizes the horrors of the witch trials. In cells identical to this one, those accused of witchcraft spent their final moments before being executed. Between the years of 1692 and 1693, more than 200 people were accused of witchcraft, and 19 of them were found guilty and subsequently sentenced to death. Number 4. The Florida Skunk Ape. If you know what a cryptid is, then this image may seem familiar to you, even if you've never actually seen it before. A cryptid is an animal, creature, or being whose existence is suggested by anecdotal or unverified evidence, often in the form of eyewitness accounts, folklore, or unauthenticated photographs or recordings. They are generally associated with the field of cryptozoology or the paranormal. Well-known cryptids include Bigfoot, the Loch Ness Monster, and the Chupacabra. Whether these creatures are real or not remains to be seen, and the same goes for the Florida Skunk Ape. The skunk ape was allegedly first sighted in the 1940s, and the only real proof the world has of its existence is this photograph, which was anonymously sent to the Sarasota County Sheriff's Department in 2000. Number 3. The Monok Monster. Jenna Hewitt, an East Hampton native, spotted an unidentifiable creature on the Ditch Plains beaches of Long Island on a hot summer day in July of 2008. As curious locals, journalists, and cryptozoologists flocked to the scene, a plethora of theories about the so-called Monok Monster began to emerge. Some claim that this creature was a dead pit bull or raccoon, while others pointed their attention to Plum Island, a secretive animal disease center located near to where the Monok Monster was discovered. While the corpse is, of course, long gone, Theories that this creature was indeed an escaped lab experiment continue to fascinate the world to this day. Number 2. The eruption of Mount Sukima in 1914. Mount Sukima is considered one of the most active volcanoes in the world. But before it suddenly erupted in 1914, it had been dormant for more than a century. When the volcano erupted, it wreaked havoc upon Kyushu in Japan. To make matters worse, the disaster was preceded by several earthquakes days before, but thankfully, it was these quakes that led nearly every resident to evacuate the area safely. Despite most of Kyushu's population fleeing the area, 58 people lost their lives during the quakes, while the volcanic eruption caused a watery strait that turned the mainland into a permanent peninsula. Number 1. Victorian death portraits. Before saying goodbye to their loved ones and burying them for good, grieving relatives during the Victorian period would honor their deceased loved ones by photographing the corpse, resulting in portraits that would otherwise look normal had you not known their true nature. These Victorian death portraits were more common than one might think, especially when the captured deceased was a child. The tragic image you're seeing was captured in 1855 and featured a deceased young boy holding his favorite toy, along with a flower. That's all folks, thanks so much for watching. If you like this video and want to see more, be sure to leave us a like and subscribe to the channel. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. And if you never want to miss another video, be sure to hit the bell icon down below. Until next time, bye bye.